politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the feed. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Bellows Falls and Rockingham, and welcome to the feed.
What's today's date, Mike?
And today is 420, a national holiday. Well recognized by everyone, except Guy. Guy Payne's joining us today and has told us he's never heard anything about 420. So either he's very familiar with it, or he's just forgotten, or he's not saying. But anyway, our 420 trivia for today was 420 the cop code for teenagers smoking marijuana, or was 420 the time that everyone met at the University of Vermont to smoke marijuana, or was 420 the bus time?
I'll take things that don't matter to me for 1,000, Alex.
All right. Well, here we are. Now that we've got our little known but interesting trivia out of the way. Marty, local events.
Local events. So I searched and searched and searched for the Bells Falls Opera House movie this weekend and the classic movie. And then it finally dawned on me that there is not going to be a movie because this weekend and next weekend are the premiere of Into the Woods.
Which will be great.
Yes.
But you're right.
And I just clicked. So that's how sometimes perhaps I need to imbibe more in the 420
Yes.
realm to maybe remember things. Not sure. So again, Into the Woods is starting this weekend, April 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And then next weekend, April 29th, 30th, and May 1st. And if you go to the Opera House website, it is super easy to buy your tickets. There's plenty of tickets available, and they have split the shows into mask optional shows and mask required shows. There's two of each weekend,
Okay.
I think.
That should help people with their comfort level.
Yeah. So, and actually right now, the way that the theater is booking up, you could certainly book yourself in a location where you were away from other people if you wanted another level of safety. And any place you sit in the theater, I think, is a good seat. You pretty much, it's a win-win situation. But it does tell you, and it's super easy. I bought my tickets yesterday. It took me about 5 minutes. I just clicked on the two that I wanted. It takes you very quickly through the whole process, smooth and simple. And then the tickets were sent via email, so super easy.
Great.
Chamber dinner is coming up next Thursday night. This year they are celebrating community superheroes. So the dinner starts at 5:30. Tickets are $25 per person. There'll be a cash bar. It's cocktails. There's going to be some small plates, kind of like a little grazing station set up. And we'll be celebrating local community superheroes. I believe they've gotten a few nominations now. So I don't think there's still time to nominate. I think we passed the deadline. And then speaking of community superheroes, Kim Beauville is coming back out of retirement to do a Shona Grill pop-up fundraiser on Saturday, April 30th. It'll be happening at the Legion in Bells Falls. And the beneficiary of the proceeds is going to be the Rotary Club. The Rotary Club will then use this money back in the community. A big portion of it will go to the Rotary scholarships that we give every year to local high school students. It'll go to fund a lot of the projects we've been doing, the projects we will be doing in the community with some of the gardening things. Kathleen was talking about it. Was it 2 weeks ago they were here?
Yes.
2 weeks ago they were here. We've been very, very active this year. Even despite COVID, we've been doing a lot more actual in community sweat equity projects, like actually literally getting our hands in the dirt and doing flowers. So make sure if you are inclined to go that Saturday, there is a Facebook event page. It would be helpful if people could say they're going, because Kim's trying to figure out how much food to buy. And she's got like 300 and something people interested and 60 people saying they're going. So that's kind of a big jump when you're trying to figure out how much food. And then back after 2 years of being gone is the Women's Club Tea. It happens on Sunday, May 1st from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Masonic Hall. Tickets are $20. They're available at the bookstore, and they're limiting the tickets. There's only going to be 60 tickets available this year. All of that money that they raise helps with their scholarship fund. It's the Amy Searles. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce it correctly. Healthcare scholarship. So they're doing some fun things this year besides the raffle that they always do. They're going to do a fancy hat and a fancy mask contest.
It's really neat.
You filmed it one year.
I
right?
filmed it one year, and it was really, quite the event, and it's like a classic ladies' tea. They have music, and when I was there, they had a person playing the harp, classical music on the harp, and then the women were in their hats and in their really nice things, the gloves, and they had little sandwiches, and it was really, it wasn't, it was Downton Abbey or Bridgerton, depending
It was
on where
close.
you are.
It was
It was
close.
really close. Yeah, it was really a lot of fun, and I think, and again, it's for a good cause. It's fundraising, and as Marty was talking, I was thinking, it's right about, people are starting to think about scholarships now, and it's really important to support these local groups that provide scholarships to the kids, because
because it's been a couple of years of really difficult to figure out how to do fundraisers.
Yeah,
And I
really.
know that the women, this tea was one of the main fundraisers for the women's club for scholarship. So it's, and I'm pretty sure they still gave out the scholarship the
Yeah, I think
last
they
couple of
did.
years. So it's been, any support that you can give, and even if you can't go to the women's tea, but you want to support the women's club, you can certainly donate to the women's club. And the same thing with Rotary. If you can't go to the Shona night and you want to still support, because a lot of these organizations like Rotary Women's Club, there's other ones here in town, the money just goes back into the community.
Right.
It goes back into the need. We figure out what the need is, and we redistribute it. So it doesn't go to overhead. It doesn't go to operating costs.
Right.
So
Great.
that's everything I got
That's
today.
it for local events. And today we have Guy Payne with us, and he's going to be
Glad to be
talking
back.
about Green Up Day,
Yeah.
an annual event in Vermont that's really been around for quite a while, right?
Probably in the 70s, 1970 or
I can remember it from grade school. So yeah, that was about that time for me.
That was only a few years ago,
It's only a few
right?
years ago.
I think
The
it was-
1980s
was it,
were just yesterday. I know they were.
Was it Dean Davis that got that going?
I think it may have been, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But I think it was when Earth Day came out, and then Green Up
Yeah.
sort of came along really shortly after that. Yeah.
It's just something that kind of sticks in my mind from grade school.
Yeah. So Green Up Day.
Green Up Day. Officially it's called Green Up Day, which is May 7th, which is Saturday. But really, I think the way we all see it, it's really a weekend event.
Right.
So many of the high school kids are in sports on Saturday, and it's,
Right,
it's
right.
really tough recruiting kids. And for me, many of the roads where the trash tends to congregate, I'd rather see high school age kids
Right.
working
Yeah,
those
as opposed
roads
to-
than some of the others. So, elementary school kids can walk around the neighborhood and schools, but 121 in Rockingham Hill
yeah.
Road,
Oof.
or the West Road.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather have someone older than that sort of doing that. But it is great. It's wonderful on that weekend seeing all the green bags lined up. I was telling both of you, Will Corbett of Saxons River, he sort of has claimed 121, at least last year, as his place.
Really?
And I think there were 50 some odd bags.
Oh, I believe
Green
it.
Up bags from Davidson Hill Road on up to Saxons River.
That's
That's
a
a
that's a
lot.
lot,
And
and that's a dangerous
It really
stretch.
took him all month.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And we had extra Green Up bags from years and years. So Will did that, and it was just
That's
an
really
incredible feat. But yeah, whether it's the Rockingham Hill Road, West, that pull-off area if you take the West Road, right by Saxons River and where Westminster meets.
Yeah,
There's a
with
little
the,
pull-off
there's like little
area.
wide area
Yeah.
by the river. Yeah.
Trashed.
That's
Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
It fascinates me on a level that we even need to do that. I don't even understand throwing trash, just randomly throwing out trash. I can't even
Yeah.
comprehend why you would think that is okay on any level. But
But
obviously, a lot of people think it is okay.
Yeah.
yeah, especially, I don't know whether it was just the day or whatever. But Sue and I were driving around last weekend, and it was like, is there an inordinate amount of trash this year, or because there was just stuff everywhere off the side of the road, and it was like a sunny day with no leaves on the tree,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
boy, that really shows up then. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to have it. You can pick up the green up bags at the Saxons River Market. I still need to speak to folks at J&H, but they've always done it, so that's not it. Also, Lee Size has made that available, so
Oh, nice.
when those bags become available, that's where you can go.
Okay.
Usually, sort of a week before is when the Department of Transportation distributes all of the bags to the towns. So it starts really down at the Dummerston DOT.
Oh, really? And then they
That's
move up.
where that bag, and then from there they distribute to the neighboring towns. And you know, it's a wonderful time. We don't have things set up so that people can go to any Ben and Jerry place and
Oh,
get
yeah.
popsicles
Like that, Alex.
that Alex and
was
Marty
telling
got
us
when
about.
you
I don't remember
or
it.
pizza.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but I just remember having
So
to do
they
it.
can't claim it, but I mean, last year the middle school was involved, Saxons River Elementary, Vermont Academy was involved. So they've really gone out of their way
Right, right.
to at least distribute the bags and make it an event for the kids.
And so people pick up their bags, and then they go around and they fill them up with all the trash they find on the road. And then do they just leave them next to the road then?
Just leave them by the
sort of
road.
where they're filled up?
Yeah.
And then the following Monday, so it's like, it'll be the 6th, 7th, and 8th on the 9th. On
The
that
9th.
Monday, the town crews will start coming around and picking up the bags.
Yeah. You know, this is not a time where we're overly concerned about, is this trash, is this recyclable?
Oh,
You know,
right.
just put it all in one bag. It's too impossible.
Yeah, yeah.
I think some of the warning signs is if you see needles, don't touch. Watch out for ticks.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure that you're dressed. And if you have gloves, that'd be good. Because of my back issues over the years, I have one of those long pictures.
Oh, the grabbers?
Those
Oh, those are
grabbers,
even better.
they're great.
Well, I think there's on a couple levels. On a couple, you don't have to bend over, and
right.
then you don't have to touch it with your hands.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So,
so I've got one that's lasted me probably 10 years. So, but yeah, probably, you know, socks, good boots. If you're climbing, like there's some steep pitches on 121, as well as that pull-off area on the West Road. And I remember years ago, there was a real trash area off of Missing Link Road. HB got in there with their trucks.
Oh, really?
And lowered folks down. It was amazing what we
Oh,
pulled
my
off
gosh.
from-
Oh,
Oh,
from
wow.
Huh.
there. So,
So, you mentioned needles, and in the past, when Amy was doing it, she would say, take a jug along, like a gallon milk jug.
Soda or soda
Yeah.
jug,
or
either
soda
one,
jug,
yeah.
and put the sharps in there. Are you saying, like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, and I don't
Yeah.
want to encourage people to do things that they don't feel safe doing.
yeah, I would just leave it, and if they can identify it with some form.
Oh, okay.
Let folks know. Literally, in all the years I've been doing it, I haven't seen a needle.
Yeah, yeah.
But there may be, where you may find them, are areas where people may camp out.
Yeah, I think rest areas,
Over
places
by
like
the-
that.
Yeah, we don't have those.
Or
There used to be a
pull-offs,
place
yeah.
up by the high school, right across the street from the cemetery. There was sort of a homeless
Yeah,
series
yeah,
of
yeah.
tents that were up there. but that's Westminster. I'll let Westminster take care of
No territory
It's
out
true.
here.
their stuff. But I would say, certainly all around town, what tends to be some, what I would call hot spots, I mean trash filled, is just on, I think it's Westminster Street, just that steep hill right below this building. On
Oh, the bank?
that bank on
Yeah.
Route 5, that tends to collect a lot of trash. Certainly 121 Narrows Road off of Pleasant Valley Road.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Pleasant Valley Road, the Matt and Leslie Peak usually do Rockingham Hill Road, but that's a long road to
It
get
is.
to
Yeah.
the meeting house, so other folks chip in there. 121 north and south of, or east and west of Saxons River. Missing Link Road would be a key spot. What are some other hot spots that we found? And I've already mentioned that pull-off area. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like if people are thinking about it, maybe it seems daunting to take a whole road, but even if you just went and got one bag and you picked just till you got a full bag wherever, like you drove to a spot, you picked till you got a full bag, and I imagine it would happen pretty quickly in some
Some places
places.
it will, yeah.
It can
And-
fill up very quickly.
Yeah, and now what about tires? Tires.
I'm glad
That's
you
always the-
I'm glad
Yeah,
you
that
mentioned
fascinates
that.
me. That fascinates me even more than trash being thrown out. Is just people tossing
Town
tires.
doesn't want it, town doesn't want tires. The amount of money that the town spends to get rid of tires it was thousands of dollars. People, and we used to say, well, if they were out in the field. But what gets thrown into the trucks in the past has just been outrageous. People have gone into their garage
And just taking all their old
and
tires
taken
out.
all their old
You'd
tires.
think all those tires would be gone by now.
I think I've got 4 sets in my basement. But the town, that's an expense that the town should not take on. So, but over and above the green up bags, there's other stuff that winds up being on the road.
Yeah.
Just pull them out and leave them by the side of the road, and the towns will come and pick that
Oh, I've
up.
seen like furniture and stuff on
Oh,
the side
yeah.
of the road.
Couches,
Yeah.
tires.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I can see if you put it out at the end of your driveway and someone wants to take it, but at some point you gotta, if somebody takes it, you gotta take it. You can't
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
whoop, I'm gonna sit and toss it over that bank.
Yeah, so the town is not, does not want to collect the tires, but they will have trucks over by the Saxons River Fire Department, as well as the town garage here and 103 in the town garage
So
over
if you
there.
find some, like if they're not your tires, but you found them, then that's where you should
If
bring
they're
them to.
in if you pulled them out of the woods or pulled them out of the
or a creek or
creek or something like that,
Ditch, yeah.
absolutely. I
Okay.
mean, you can look at that tire and know that it's been
Yeah,
out
yeah.
outside.
Right.
Most of them, though, it's almost an embarrassment.
Wow.
Take the responsibility to take care of your own tires. Okay, it's $5 a piece.
Crazy, which
Yeah.
isn't bad.
Yeah, so there's an awful lot of stuff that just doesn't fit in the green up bags.
Right.
And just pull them out and put them on the side of the road.
Okay. Nice.
So did you put a bag on top of them or something, or
Yeah,
just to mark it?
to market, you
yeah.
can do that, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I know one year I made a mistake. I looked up at a hill on 121 coming east on Saxons River, just outside of the village, and I saw a whole bunch of tires.
Oh no, were they there on purpose?
They were there on purpose to protect the bank.
Right, right,
the
right.
erosion.
Uh oh.
Did you pull it down?
I pulled one or two and went,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh. So,
So think before you.
yes. If they're there to protect the bank, protect the bank.
There you go. There you go.
So if people have questions, do we have some information on Guy that we can
Sure.
throw up, and then people can see what's going on?
Here we are. That's my Gmail account. So that's my personal one. So that's all fine. And I'll be in touch with our local distributors of green up bags. And It's a little bit early for them to be distributing them, but not for them, but for DOT,
Yeah, yeah.
transportation to
Well, you
deliver
imagine
them.
in, like around May 1st or so.
Yeah.
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 Oh, good.
And hopefully by then the weather will be just a tad bit
Man.
warmer. Maybe
I hope so.
not.
It's always, this is April to me. It's
Yeah, it kind of is. We're
it's
kind of
always
having a
rainy and
normal,
It's such a tease for spring.
at least we haven't gone from like 30 to 90 in one day yet.
That's true.
Anyway,
But we were at 60 last week, and then
It dropped
these
down,
last couple
yeah.
of days have been
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Easter Sunday was snow on the ground, was that?
Hailing. I
Yes,
think it was
yes.
hailing at one point. I was driving
It
and
was.
it seemed more like hail than actual snow.
So, where are we on time, young Colin? We have 4 minutes left.
Whoa.
What would we like to talk about in our last 4 minutes? Is there anything we've left out? Who? Guy Payne. What?
Yeah.
Green Up Day. When will be,
The weekend of May 6th through 8th.
and then
Where?
all over.
Leasides Market, J&H Hardware, used the Sexton River Market.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And I think that's it.
And then all around town.
All right.
And all around town.
Yeah.
So
Probably the biggest thing is masks.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
that's what I'm seeing all over.
as far as
Oh.
trash, that's
Yeah.
things that need to be picked up. Masks. I hadn't thought about that.
That's where
Another
those-
side effect
That's where
of
those
the,
grabbers come in handy.
yeah, I was just going to say that.
That's
I
right.
certainly,
Talk about
I
the
would be
stuff that
wearing
you
gloves
really-
anyway, but I certainly would be wearing gloves or have a grabber.
And now without the
Yeah.
mask mandates, everybody will be just
Tossing their
tossing
masks.
them out.
Oh, Lord.
I won't even go there. I would, throwing out these little. Anyway,
Anyway.
thank you for coming on, Guy.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to say
Yes.
hello.
Look
Yes.
forward to
Good-
seeing
good
you in
seeing
the
you.
fall when we talk
And you
about
actually might want to throw out,
sustainable-
because you said this is your last year of doing this, so you might want to throw out.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
anyone
we,
is-
we have a timeline, a list of tasks to do. So if anyone wants to look to next year and make it a bigger event, really a community-wide event, that'd be fine. They can contact me.
Okay.
So that would be
Okay.
great. Yeah.
So
All right.
throw that out. You
No,
know.
that's
Who
okay.
knows?
That's
If
really
somebody's-
important
Somebody's
because
watching
it's-
a successor to keep
Yeah.
it
You want
going.
to keep it going, and it has sort of waned over these last. I don't know if COVID helped out.
I don't
Green
think
Up Day
COVID
at
helped
all.
out Green Out Day.
And maybe it'll revive a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's sort of difficult. But I think that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. This is Mike and Marty on the feed. Thank you, Guy.
Thanks, Guy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty.